Hey y'all, Patrick here, and today we are talking about this, the Dual Fuzz engine, or the DFZ from Darkglass Electronics. Basically what we have here is the old discontinued Duality fuzz that we all know and loved, but now it's completely reimagined and rehoused in this tiny little pedal that gives us a whole lot of tone. So let's go back about a decade. Do y'all remember the Duality fuzz when it came out from Darkglass? I do, and this thing was absolutely gnarly on all levels. Two different types of fuzzes in one enclosure, and it was loud and mean as hell too. Well, now after a few years off the market, Darkglass has brought back the Duality now as the Dual Fuzz engine in this tiny little cute enclosure that I just cannot get over. So even though it's small, does it still have those two different fuzz circuits? Yes. Does it have that filter knob that controls the amount of high end? Yes. And does it of course have that beautiful blend knob? Absolutely. But before we dig into the Dual Fuzz engine, and for the sake of transparency, this video is sponsored by Darkglass Electronics, and I am one of their artists as well. But of course, as with all the other sponsored content on my channel, this has absolutely no weight on how I feel, any of the sounds on this video, or anything like that either. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. So there's a couple things right off the bat you're gonna notice about the DFZ. One, it's extremely small. Two, it's so cute. I love this magenta color so much. And also, there's only two controls on the front. Like the B1K that Darkglass Electronics came out with not too long ago, the DFZ just has a very small and stripped back feeling about it that I absolutely love. On the front, you have a set of stacked knobs, as well as when you turn it around and flip open the little cute door on the back, there's two more controls too. So for the set of stacked knobs on the front, you have level on the outside and duality on the inside. Level controls the overall output of the fuzz signal only, and then duality lets you go between the two separate fuzz circuits that are in this. Basically, all the way on the left is a more gated sawtooth-esque fuzz, then on the right side is a tight high gain fuzz. And what's really cool too is it's not just a simple 1 and 2. It's really fun to be able to blend between them and see what weird sounds you can get as well. Then when you flip it over and go to the inside controls, you have filter and blend. Now filter is basically a high frequency control for your fuzz signal overall that sounds really good in my opinion, but of course it's something you can't overdo. But if you have, say, a darker sounding bass, this is something that comes in extremely handy. Then you have the blend knob too, which lets you mix in your clean signal with your fuzz signal. And this is what is really cool about this pedal too. For the blend knob, basically the clean signal remains at unity gain while the volume of the fuzz signal is set by the level knob. So you can really fine tune exactly where you want your mix between that fuzz and that clean signal going through to beat. So for the pros of the DFZ, the Duality is back, y'all, and it's in this tiny, again, cute as hell enclosure. Absolutely love just how thick and nice this metal is, as well as just the magenta color of it is so rad to me. And the fact that there are not one, but two separate fuzz signals inside of this pedal too just make it that much more fun to me. Now for me personally, this is just my subjective opinion. I really like how there are two internal controls, because when you're on a stage, there's two separate things that you just want to be able to control. The overall volume, and then what kind of fuzz you want it to be, which I really like. I think having the filter and blend knob on the inside personally is just a fantastic idea, especially if you're playing shows, where you can set it up beforehand and get the perfect tone that you want, and then of course make sure that you're not going to accidentally flip anything or move anything over whenever you're actually playing on stage. But for the cons, I can say the exact same thing. I know some people, whenever the B1K came out, did not like that you can't control everything from the front. For me personally, again, subjectively, I don't think this is a bad thing necessarily. It makes sense again to have these two at the front while you have these two at the back. Just again, that's my personal opinion on it. Especially when you're playing a lot of shows, you don't want to accidentally move around knobs. But again, I completely understand how people don't like this as well. But overall for the DFZ or dual fuzz engine from Darkglass Electronics, personally, I absolutely love it. I'm just so happy that the Duality is back simply because it's one of my favorite fuzz circuits. I always love going between the two and seeing what really cool sounds you can get between those two completely different circuits. But of course, let me know what you guys think about the DFZ and what you want to see in the future from Darkglass as well. Thank y'all so much for watching, as always, for watching, subscribing, sharing my stuff, follow me on social media, all that weird stuff. Thank y'all so much. I truly do appreciate it. And of course, a humongous thank you to my Patreon people over here. Mwah, mwah. If you want to help support the channel every single month like these beautiful people right here, then think about heading on over to my Patreon page. But y'all, thank you so much for watching as always. And of course, no matter where in the world you are, stay safe, practice that bass, drink your water, and I'll see y'all next time.